talking to you about the progress we've already made and intend to make within the next 5 years. But as you've already introduced, we're facing a major challenge ahead of us. But I think it's not unsurmountable. It's just a question of getting our residents out there to bear with us. But at the same time, yes, hold us accountable.
Yeah, because it wasn't a very bright and colourful picture that you painted yesterday. I mean, there was a lot of, you talk about corruption that's still there, you talk about housing, the unemployment rate, the crumbling infrastructure, buildings that are illegally owned. So there are major issues facing Johannesburg. Let's talk about how you're going to get over them.
Well, I think it was for the first time the residents of Johannesburg getting the real state of the city, because I think our people were given an impression all along. I can imagine last year at this time you had billboards all over the city, radio, television ads that Johannesburg is successful. In the meantime, as you are aware, 181 informal settlements, more than half of them are people with no dignity whatsoever because of not having the services. Unemployment, 1 in 3 of our residents are unemployed. The city of Johannesburg turned into a slum. Hijacked buildings, the drugs becoming a huge challenge, destroying our communities. But at the same time, let us not give hope to what the residents of Johannesburg did on the 3rd of August last year. It's momentous. But I think what we need to do is, what do we then go from here? Because people voted us into power to bring about change. Yes, it's important for them for them to be aware of what we are dealing with. But the challenge is, how do we then move forward? And that is what we're focusing on. We need economic growth. We need our people to get employment, because not about actually economy growing. It must be an economy that is going to ensure that we create employment opportunities for our people. We need to aggressively work on formalizing these informal settlements. How do we live in a modern city like Johannesburg with 181 informal settlements mushrooming all over the show? People not actually even having an address. So what we need to do is speed up these challenges. But however, with 170 billion rands worth of infrastructure backlog, with only 10 billion rands a year to address these particular matters, what we then have to do is every year, as we share this progress with our people, saying we only got plus minus 10 billion rands to spend. Where do we give priority to? That is why I've committed to myself the first 5 years of my administration, 60% of this capital investment must go into the poor communities, so that I think we bring them as part of our society, an inclusive city. And at the same time, yes, we should not forget the fact that we need to address repairs and maintenance in areas where we have the existing infrastructure. But we committed to this process. I think as part of our adjustments, as you are aware, we've addressed these particular matters, declared the whole on potholes, fixing of these traffic lights that are not working most of the time. We're buying new technology, putting in skilled people to ensure that our repairs and maintenance is done by qualified people, not by cadres. Because in the past, government was run on the basis of connections. We need to destroy this culture and this value system so that we employ the best.
Have you cut a lot of contracts for the city? Have you renewed a lot of contracts? Have you seen the faults in some of those?
Well, as they become available, absolutely. A big announcement I made yesterday is the insourcing of security personnel. Our security contracts, our poor guards who are protecting our lives and our property. The city spends 16,000 rands, pays 16,000 rands per person. But our poor guards only get plus minus 4,000 rands a month. Where does the rest of the money go to? Made an announcement, fortunate enough, all the contracts of security companies will run on a month-to-month basis. 1st of January 2018, all the security guards within the city are going to be employed directly. That's for me, it's a small contribution we can make in paying back the favor to the security guards who are looking after our lives and our property, that they can have permanent employment, being employed directly by the city.
The last time you were here, you were talking about bringing a lot of the services into the city, the reintegration of those entities. How far are you? Where are we there?
Well, we've started on this great journey. We've now got new boards that we appointed, I think about a month ago, the boards of new entities. and they are there on a temporary basis. This process, as I've announced, it will take about plus minus 18 months for completion, because it's a massive responsibility. But fortunate enough, now all the boards are all new board members, committed civil servants. I was saying to them 2 weeks ago when I was addressing them as part of their orientation that not a single one of them during the interview asked how much they were going to be paid, because we made it clear. Public service, it's about public service. It's not about saving yourself and getting the board fees. So the beauty of it is that now I've got a board that understands our service delivery agenda, and hopefully within the next 18 months, if it earlier, we will ensure that all the entities, City Power, Pick It Up, Joburg Water, all will obviously be accountable to the city. We don't have to have this boss. The savings can then be plowed back into ensuring that we can fast-track service delivered to our communities.
Very quickly, and I'm asking it in a challenging way, is the fact that you've brought up this 10-point plan. Prioritize them, and the aim is it that these 10 points will be done in 5 years. Is that the hope, and what are they? I mean, it's
Leanne, all of them are really critical. You've got to concurrently run them. You cannot do one and leave the other, because what was important for me, the number one, was to ensure that I get this administration. 20 years, the city of Johannesburg run by one political party, where the system was dominated by patronage.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to the officials, everyone, 33,000 people working for the city, please accept the wishes of the voters. The voters have put together a government of political parties led by the DA, but accept this. That's very important. Secondly, let us ensure that all our programs must help to grow the economy. Government must be a facilitator. Let us declare corruption public enemy number one. Let us not accept corruption, because corruption steals from the poor. Let us extend operating hours of clinics in our communities. Let us bring safety to our communities. As you are aware, today it's a closing date. As a city of Johannesburg, we're employing additional 1,500 police officers so that the city can be safe, because you're not going to attract investments in your city when people are not safe. So all of these are really very important. At the same time, what we are saying is, as we consume today, we are using these resources. Let us think about the future generations, so that we look after our environment. Let's take long-term approach to everything that we do. Some of the programs that I'm initiating right now, the beneficiaries are going to be 2-3 generations beyond us, because that is very key when you don't use shortcuts and so forth. So all of them, as I say, you cannot really run one and leave the others. So you've got to really make sure that you run all these programs concurrently. Yes.
All right. Mayor, we leave it there for this morning, but thanks for giving us an outline of your vision. We're not quite that African world-class city, are we?
Absolutely not. Very far from it, but it has to be our aim, so that future generations can inherit a freer space.
All right. Herman Mashaba is the City of Joburg's mayor, talking to us about his State of the City address that he made yesterday and those plans that he has in place for it. All right, we take a break.